All right, doing a short video on the neighborhood here, kind of the second day aftermath of the Hurricane Helene damage, and you can see this pole got snapped right in half, cut all the power out to this end of the neighborhood, and we've showed you this on another video over here, but this tree, I'm in my golf cart, so excuse me, but this tree was blocking the road, but one of our neighbors with the chainsaw said, I gotta get out. So he went, and him and his wife just got out here and cut this all down. We happened to be just getting back when they were finishing up from a long walk through the neighborhood, checking everything out. But these guys got their gate crushed. You can see their gate there. It's really nice. And it landed right between their pillars. You can see one pillar right there. And just crushed their gate. And then this tree here actually landed on two parts of their fence. I don't know if it's two trees or, I think it's two trees with one root system by the looks of it there. And it crushed their fence in two different parts. So we're gonna kind of just drive through the neighborhood and look at some of the other damage. It's actually really good in our neighborhood. Out of all the trees that went down, which is probably about 100 in this neighborhood, we only have what we see is 3 structures that got hit. We didn't see any cars that got hit, which is pretty rare. There's a lot of people that had houses get crushed and cars get crushed, and we've got really lucky in our neighborhood. Considering just the end of this cul-de-sac here has at least 20 trees down. There's another one, just kind of fell into the woods. And here's another one right here. You can see it angling up. Goes up here and kind of like just balancing in the other tree right above her power line. So hopefully they can get out here with a crane when they do. We're looking at being without power for at least a week, they say, in our neighborhood, because we're so remote. And they're just kind of working on the cities right now. So I'm going to show you up this area. I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody. There's 2 houses up in that private drive. And we haven't seen anybody come out of there yet. They got some trees down. There's not much down there, so I'm not going to head down that street. But here's our other neighbor right here. And oh, he must have showed up because you could see the tree trunk there. And it was covering his whole driveway. And we were like, well, he hasn't been up here for a few days, obviously. But he must have showed up this morning and got the chainsaw out and cut himself a hole so he can get in. Yeah, I see his car back there. I'm going to pause it while I get over to the next batch of downed trees. Here's another one. You can see it's crossing the road and it's just hung up on the power line there. I'm gonna kind of get closer and kind of goes through. This is like a little gravel part of the road they can never seem to fix right. But everybody's just been driving underneath this and it's just hanging up there on the power line. He's skid to a stop with this golf cart. Right there it is, just hung up on that power line. And luckily it's, just hanging there, so nobody's bothered to come over and cut it down. Now this neighbor here also got kind of lucky. Look at that. So their tree snapped right in half, right there. It didn't come out by the roots like a lot of these. Snapped right in half right there and fell into the woods instead of on their RV and their carport and their house. Is that just amazing or what? I'm gonna jump up ahead here. There's a ton of this too. You can see this tree right here is laying down. It's just in the woods, snapped off and laying down. There's a ton of that. Nobody's ever going to do anything about that because, it's in the woods and it's not blocking anything. But there's another one right here you can kind of see. And there's a few more down there that's kind of hard to see through the trees, but we'll check these out. Here's another one here. Again, it didn't fall across the road. It fell into the woods, which is pretty great. And took kind of a pine tree with it there. And there's a bunch along here like that. I'm not going to show you every one, but kind of buried out in the woods. And then back there you can see a big stump in the forest there. Where is that? There it is. That was cut off because that tree had fallen over 2 years ago when I first moved up here in that storm. So here comes a car. I'm right in the middle of the road. And I'm going to go up here and show you some more trees down. Got another one down here, and it's hung up on the power lines. And as you can see, there's a few others that went down here. So, and this one snapped right in half up here. But right across the street from me is a big one that actually kind of landed on a building. there's an old utility building here across the street, and you can see right here that the building is got kind of hanging out over the road right here, and you can see it didn't even really hit the power. Well, it kind of did hit the power line now that I'm looking. That bottom branch is caught on it, and I'll show you how it landed on top of the building back here. So this is one of the only trees in the neighborhood that actually did hit a building, and this is an old utility building, but you can see it's just resting on the back of that building there. I'm sure the damage is enough that they're going to have to repair it, but hit the power line and then ended up, we'll pull forward a little bit, ended up kind of covering the street. Someone got out and cut a couple of the branches off this morning because it was hanging down lower last night. But yeah, that's one of the ones. You can see this pine tree kind of hanging over the road here. And there's a couple other big ones I want to show you coming up here, so hang tight. Go down here, and this guy back here had a big one fall in his yard too. I totally forgot about that. Missed it. Sorry about that. We'll jump ahead. This one's a little unfortunate. Down in his yard there, he kind of fell down, and he had a boat just sitting out in the middle of his yard, and it just happened to land right on his boat. So I'm going to go around the other side of his building here and show you from the other side. But that is a pretty big tree down right there. Like he's burning off most of the branches there, but you can see right there it crushed that boat, which is really sad. Like he just happened to have it sitting right out where the tree fell. So that's a little bit of bad luck. And there's a guy up ahead here I'm going to show you where his house got half a tree on it. So let's jump up there and take a look at this back neighborhood. So here's another one, another big one down. You can see it just fell right along the road instead of across the road. So there's a lot of luck with that in this neighborhood. And see another one right there too. Just kind of hung up in the trees back there. Nothing hit their garage, didn't tip towards there, didn't hit the power lines, didn't land in the road. But up here, a guy had a big one go down in between his carport and his house and his carport, and then it fell to the side of that and missed one of his big sheds and landed that. So let's take a look at that, and you can see we're right here caught up on the power line right there. So you can see all the debris in the road here, but you can see they've already started cutting it. They've cut there's the trunk right there, and there's the tree. And you can see it missed his carport. There's his carport, no damage. There's his house, no damage. He's got this other amazing, cool mini house there. But as you can see up inside there, you can see a little building right there, and it landed on that. But of all the buildings and all the things to hit in his yard, it's pretty amazing that it landed right on that the littlest building, probably the least expensive and the least amount of damage you could ask for. And now we're gonna go up here, check a few other things out, and then I'm gonna show you that tree that hit that guy's house. There's a couple more. There's one there, and there's a big one here. Came all the way up to the road, but didn't land in the road. So we had some major high winds coming through. Check our channel out for the other videos. I've got a video that I'm gonna be posting before this one that shows at least 6 trees falling while I'm filming just after dawn on Friday morning, the 27th, I think it was. And when the hurricane was coming through still, and you could see how high the winds are by the leaves blowing around. And I actually caught like 6 different trees snapping in half and falling. So there's the house that got hit pretty bad. The tree, I think that the main part of the tree fell behind the house, and that's like half the tree there, right on top of it. So that's probably the worst damage in the whole neighborhood. So I feel bad for this guy. He just got a small house and he just got clobbered, you know. So we're hoping that insurance gets to him pretty quick and gets all taken care of. Let's move on down the line. Okay, it looks like they cleared the trees over here that I thought might still be blocking the road. Some of us got out this morning and done it, because late yesterday, right before sundown, we came over here and it wasn't down. So this guy had a couple of these pine trees fall right on his chicken coop. Look at these awesome chickens he's got in here. Such beautiful birds. And they're probably like, what happened? Why is our cage full of a tree? They might like it. They might be able to peck at the leaves and the bark and all that stuff. That's pretty funny. But you can see here they cut down all these different stumps. There's one. Oh, I'm not zoomed out enough here. There's one, and there's a bunch more right here. And here's the trees. They were all small, but they all like were leaning over the road, so you really couldn't get through with a car. You had to come through. We managed to snake through the branches on a golf cart. But then back here, these guys got their power pole knocked down. And this tree, I'll show you this one too. It almost landed on some cars. So see back in there, they got the power pole knocked down by that big tree there. And I don't think anything really hit any structures back there. I'm not sure if they have anything back there that got hit. But you can see the power pole down there. And then this guy here landed right above their cars. Just over that wall, there's a car. And it really didn't look like it hit it. So they got really lucky as well. Here we are, just over by the bridge. Well, there was a pine tree covering this road. This is where I was going to end the video, but it looks like they've cut that down this morning too. It came out of the woods right here. You can see another huge one's down right here, back in the woods. That thing kind of looks like it was dead already anyways. But a couple of our neighbors had a lot of trees fall. You could see a video on our channel about that. I got it on video of them falling, and then I've got a walk around of our neighbor's house, which is right back over there a little ways, with the trees all laying down in his yard. As you can see, this pole didn't get snapped, but you can see that the wires are pinned down by these pine trees here. This guy probably had 4 or 5 trees go down as well. So that's it, guys. If you like our videos, please hit that like and subscribe. You can check out that other video there of the trees falling during the hurricane. You can go to our channel right there. Really appreciate you watching. Please help our channel grow by subscribing, sharing, liking, all that good stuff. See ya.